Okay, let's start. Okay, thank you very much for joining me. Okay, today is 7th of October 2025. It is around 8:07 p.m. Singapore time. Okay, so this week, all right, as you know, we are on the so-called the shutdown, the U.S. government shutdown. I'm sure you have heard already. So there are a lot of delay. All right, there's a lot of delay in the in all the datas and especially the US market data, right? So last week we are supposed to be having the FOMC non-farm payroll news, right? But it didn't came up, right? And they postponed it into this Friday. So they call it tentative. So tentative means not sure also. Okay. So please keep that in your mind. And yeah, this Friday they will be talking about this non-farm payroll. Okay, this week, today is Tuesday. Okay, so we don't really have so much, we don't really have so much item today as well. But tomorrow we will be having a bit of news, right? We'll be having a lot of items, right? So from tomorrow, I think on what market will pick up the information. Okay, one thing I want you to take note, all right? We have this Japanese new prime minister, all right? She was elected, and I have to tell you that a lot of people were not really expecting it. Okay, so the new prime minister is basically, if you follow my Telegram, you already know she is pretty much similar to the previous, the famous one, Mr. Shinzo Abe, right? So basically, people are expecting she will be very similar to this Mr. Abe, right? So that's why the market is really repricing, okay, repricing to that. All right. So anyway, so for that, right, tomorrow, all right, we have this BOJ governor will be speaking. So I think the whole world will be looking at this fella because with the new prime minister, they want to find out how this BOJ governor will change the tune because BOJ was supposed to raise the interest rate possibly this month actually. So with the new prime minister, will he change the tune or not, or will he stay, go on the track or not? So that's why tomorrow will be very important. Okay, so please keep that in mind. Okay. All right, so this is on the news. So tomorrow we have BOJ, and of course tomorrow onward will be busy, and we have a Fed minute somewhere here on tomorrow as well, right? Tomorrow night here, okay, and Paul will be speaking also, and most importantly, we have those non-farm payroll on Friday. So put it this way: from tomorrow onward, we will be having quite a lot of major news and item coming up. Okay, all right. So this on the about the news, and I use news into the two website. One is a Forex Factory. Another one is tradingeconomic.com. Both of them are the free one. All right. So sometimes certain information, either Forex Factory doesn't have, or either, tradingeconomics.com doesn't have. So it's good to pay attention to both. All right. So, okay, as you can see here, tonight we have some federal, so-called Fed members are speaking. So this can have some impact as well. All right. So these are the news. All right. So let's talk about what we can expect from the market itself. All right. Okay. So let's start with the British pound at the moment. All right. Hang on. Okay. British pound at the moment. All right. Basically, what they are doing right now is the market is really trying to sell it down. Okay. And you can see a few days ago, they tried to sell it down and they kind of recover. But you see now they're trying to sell it down again. Right, then you can see that we are able to break this the previous low level has been broken down already. So you can see that we are having a bit of broke down condition. So I think the market may likely to go lower and lower in my opinion. Okay, you can see from my projection already. Yeah, I already have a projection that where is a possible resistance, all right, where is a possible support, right? So I think in over time, I think the for this case will be likely to go lower. So because these are all the currency against each other, right? So US dollar is I assume that they might be likely to go back. They might be likely to get stronger against other currency, especially like for example like British pound. All right, and of course there are also better one, right? So I think British pound will be likely to go lower in my opinion. Okay, if you look closely, there will be something like this going on here. Right, you can see here we have a so-called shoulder. We have a so-called the head, right? We have a so-called the shoulder, right? So, if you look in that manner, we have a bit of a head and shoulder pattern going up here. Of course, if the market ever drop, right, as the so-called rule of the head and shoulder, right, they should go through this kind of amount, right? So they should drop this kind of amount. So we are talking about potentially, I think will be number one is here. Number two, ultimate level will be here, in my opinion. All right. So I'm not really so bullish on this guy. Okay. So back to the head and shoulder again. Let's say this head and shoulder pattern will be so-called invalid. All right. So I think it will only invalid if the market go back above this level-ish. Okay, so I mean they can do something like this, right? Whatever happened, all right. I think the stay downward trend is stay pretty plausible. Okay, as a trader, okay, doesn't matter which time frame you are trading at. Let's say you are trading on daily time frame, treat as a daily time frame. You're trading on 15 minutes time frame, treat it as a 15 minutes time frame. Okay, my point here is that I think this pattern is stay really in the track in my opinion. So keep that in mind. Likely like British pound against US dollars is quite weak in your in keep that in your mind. Okay. So I will likely to short than long in the near future. Okay, unless of course again they really broke this level again, then okay, I will change my direction by then. Okay, so now we are seeing a bit more and more bearishness unfolding. All right, so this on the British pound. All right, and another one is euro. Okay, euro also you can see we are starting to see some bearish case scenario. Okay, they are really trying to break lower. You see, they are really touching the yesterday low. So time like now is very important. Why? Because it's very sensitive, right? They can go back up anytime, but also a bit they can break anytime to the downside as well. So from the way that I'm looking, right, whenever they try to go up, you see, the going up is getting smaller, right? So that means they try to go up, but they've been pushed down. They try to go up, now they've been pushed down. So please keep that in mind. Of course, they also still can go up here, all right? But I think most likely they will still get pushed down, in my opinion. I'm pretty bearish on this as well. So should you sell now or not? I would say, I mean, you have to do your own risk assessment. I mean, you sell now is a little bit more risky for sure. All right. But if you really want to sell, the place should have been somewhere around here. All right. So this could be an pretty so-called resistant level for it to sell it down again. Okay. Anyway, I think overall buyers should be a bit more on the bearish note, in my opinion. Okay. So they are almost breaking down. So please, watch. I mean, we will monitor close together. Okay. I will say it will break lower. Okay. So let's see whether it's break lower or not. Okay. All right. So this is on this guy. Okay, Aussie and New Zealand are slightly different. They are always different from the British pound and euro. Okay, they are also a little bit weak, but I don't really want to short against them if I can short euro, because to me Aussie and New Zealand's are more like like a commodity producing countries, right? So their currency were likely to be sort of like supported by all this production that they are making compared to euro especially, right? So I would say this guy is also bearish for sure, but if you ask me which one better, I would say euro will be better, all right, on the short side. All right, so this is my expectation. All right, so, this is what I'm expecting the market will do. Eventually, they should go lower to retest this level. Okay. So I won't change. I won't change this direction very often. All right. It's good for us to find out whether it's really come true or not. But keep that in mind. My projection draw this way doesn't mean that it will happen. All right. Because nobody really know what is coming up next. Right. But the way that I look at all the previous info that I have, I think market is likely to go lower. You got what I mean? So we must be aware that this projection doesn't mean that it will definitely happen. Okay, so but at least when this happens, whether you're correct or not. What is your target to take profit? All this kind of stuff. So it's help you in the to stay in the analysis or stay in the trade. Okay. All right, another one is New Zealand. Okay, later I will do a mini summary. New Zealand also quite similar. Looks like market is going lower, right? So I think they are trying to go back down, in my opinion. So just to have a quick summary here. All right, just to have a quick summary here. I believe, all right, I believe everything against, especially the currency, okay, everything against US dollars is kind of weak at this moment. Okay, kind of weak at this moment. Of course, we need to pay attention to the Federal meeting minutes and Powell speak on tomorrow late night and Thursday night time. All right. So this might be, I mean, because of this information, of course, they can accelerate down lower or they can even move back up also. All right. So, have a good risk management in your side. Okay. Because every time you take a trade, you should do all the risk management, this kind of stuff. You can never be putting every single money of your account in one particular trade because this is not a way to trade. Okay, so this on my bias. So overall, everything against US dollar, especially the Forex pair, other country currency, they are quite weak. Okay, now let's talk about gold. All right. Gold is slightly different. Okay. Gold is, even though they are pit against US dollars, but gold is commodity, not the other current country currency. They are commodity, right? So, one of the reason that gold is going up because is that all other current countries are basically they are debasing their currency value. That means basically they are diluting their currency value. So when the countries are diluting their currency value, all right, it's a bit of a long story, but when they are diluting their currency value, what happens? Those commodity against that currencies get stronger, right? So, this is the example of what really happened here. So you see, gold have been really like doing this kind of move for quite a while, and you see, eventually they just broke it up. All right, so this whole move up is so-called sure by this consolidation. So you see, every big move is so-called started by the big range. All right. So now they are in the so-called breakout move. All right. So I think gold are likely to stay going up higher, in my opinion. Okay. Today morning we have a bit of okay, Mingla welcome Okay, today morning we have a bit of like pullback and stuff like that, right? Okay, I think one of the reason is that we are already at 4,000 level already. So, 4,000, a lot of people will take profit, right? I mean, that's normal, right? So I think market will have a bit of like some selling pressure at this current condition as well. So if you are buying now, I mean, of course, you must aware that 4,000 can bring a lot of take profit and, or even a new seller coming in because of 4,000, such a nice number, right? People will take profit. All right. So that will be the potential, case scenario of the gold being go back down a little bit. But in terms of trend, right, I don't really see so big pullback or any big, issue on the goal at the moment. All right. So of course I cannot predict, okay? Let alone we got problem predicting whether going up or down, it's already difficult to predict on that. And people or trader, they are really want to predict where they want to enter from, which is even harder, right? So you have to give a bit of, understanding on that. All right. By predicting too much on that on the entry, basically is making our trade probability become even lesser. All right, like for example, like just to give you an example, right? Let's say we are here, the price, just to give you an example, right? You want to decide whether it's going up or going down, right? It will give you a 50-50 chance, correct? Because the possibility of going up is 50, possibility of going up is 50. So, in the rule of thumb, you will be 50-50. But let's say you want to talk about, okay, I want to buy, but I want to buy from here. So you see, market go up, you are not in the trade, market go down, and market only go back up, then you are in the trade. So you see, or even market can go down some more, or market can go down a bit, then you go up a bit, go down a bit, all kind of possibilities show up. So you see, the just now the 50% is anything that the moment we decide to so-called do the so-called entry or do the timing, your probability become lesser than 50%. Okay, in the rule of thumb, of course, you need a good trading setup, all those stuff. All right. So my point here is that first try to look into the direction first. Then you can decide on okay, I want to long. Then the next one is where I want to long it from. This kind of stuff. All right. So anyway, now from what I can see, I think the market is still going to go up higher. All right. Of course, if you really want to say, okay, I want the detailed direction. Okay, fine. Look for the swing level. Simple as that. So you don't buy now because this was the nearest swing level, right? So you should look for a buy from here. You should look for a buy from here. You should look for a buy from here. Okay, that would be a better place for you to buy from. Okay. All right. So my direction stay pretty much on the up move. All right. Watching it closely. All right. Then better don't sell yet. In number one, we don't even have a bearish candle yet. You got what I mean? Previously, I remember I mentioned that hey, market have a little bit weak, can go to here. You see, they really go to here. But you know what's the thing? The moment they go to here, the next day market recover already. You see how strong the bull trend is. Okay. So from the way that I see, we don't really see any bearish trend at all. All the bearish trend, does it only last only 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 1 day only? See such a bullish move momentum. Why do we want to sell it down? Okay. All right. So must be aware of the condition. All right. So I think market stay pretty much on the upside move in my opinion. Gold is stay overall bullish. Okay. But of course, every time you take a trade, you need to put the proper risk management. Okay, so this on gold. All right, now I want to talk about silver. All right, to me, let me show here. To me, I prefer silver more than gold actually. Why? Because I mean, gold having everybody talking about gold and stuff like that, right? And I think the silver is pretty much also yet to be really yet to really follow. Okay, I want to show you here. Gold now 4,000 in all-time high, right? Correct, huh? But you see, silver now $48, around $48 is not an all-time high. Silver previously all-time high somewhere in 2011. Do you got my point? So what I'm talking here is that silver is not all-time high yet, actually. So if the gold was in the all-time high, I think silver will follow as well. So, if you compare, right? If you compare gold is all-time high, silver is not all-time high. So, silver have a lot of room for them to go up higher. Okay. So I personally prefer, okay, silver than gold. All right. So let's see how it's go. Okay. So yeah, I think this guy also have a more room to grow in my opinion. Okay, let me just adjust a little bit here. This Monday is here. All right. So this on silver. All right. So now let's talk about one of the items that I want to mention to you about. Okay, I want to show you one more. Okay, I want to talk to you about this guy. Okay, US dollar JPY. Okay, because of the new, the new minister was in power now. All right, and she will very likely to be very similar to Shinzo Abe. All right, so Shinzo Abe. Okay, let me show you who is Shinzo Abe. See whether I can show you or not in that manner. Let's see. Okay, hang on. Okay, so Shinzo Abe come into power somewhere in 2011, 12, as far as I remember. All right. So you see, during that time, man, he made this he's very doff or very, very dovish on the monetary policy. So you see, he drive the he drove the yen value very low, right? It caused the US dollar JPY to fly in the span of 2 to 3 years. So this is Shinzo Abe. All right. So this is what he did, right? So and after that, you see Singapore market is going into that manner and stuff like that. So my point here is that we might be seeing quite a similar repeat of what had happened. Okay. So and I can see that a lot of Japanese people, they like Shinzo Abe policy. So and they do not like what is happening to Japan in the recent year or recent month. So I think since this policy is very popular, all right, I think they are going to come back the similar condition in my opinion. Okay, you got my point, huh? So I think in the going forward, I think US dollar JPY is going to break out potentially higher and higher. Okay, you got my point. All right. Of course, you think, oh, okay, now it's a highest. I don't want to buy. Fine. All right. But I think that will be better for us to look for a buy entry only, especially on US dollar JPY for this case. Okay. So I think the new prime minister is in place. I think the change in trend is really coming over. Of course, we need to forward see. All right. I mean, I cannot guarantee that it will work out that manner. Nobody really know the future, but that will be a likely case scenario. And now, because of the new prime minister, market is now really repricing itself actually. Okay. So I think the US dollar JPY especially will gonna go a lot higher and higher. All right. So that means you can go Japan more often, cheaper yen. Okay. All right. So this on the JPY. Okay. Now let's talk about BTC. Right. All right, BTC, I don't really see so big bearish case scenario at this moment yet. All right, you can see they have a very good run to the upside. Right, I think they're going to break out again sooner or later. All right, so selling is not really, I would say, not really suggested. All right, I think market will likely to go higher and higher. All right, so crypto in general. Okay, so currently they are in the so-called triple top. All right. So maybe they may pull back a little bit. All right. So we can see where is the nearest pullback. I think they can pull back to here. All right. Then they will bounce up again higher and higher, in my opinion. Okay. I don't really buy a lot of other coins, right? I just buy it and I just sell and buy, sell and buy. But for the long term hold, I do buy Bitcoin. Right. So that one is for a super long term hold. Right. So I think because of like I said in the earlier this video, remember what I said or not? I all the countries are devaluing their currency. Okay, more or less. All right, all the current countries are devaluing their currency because basically they are broke. Okay, they are broke, and basically they have to keep on devalue their money so that they can borrow money, right? Because they have a lot of obligation. Right, they have to medical system, all this kind of stuff. So they have to keep on printing money, right? So the printing money will have an impact on other commodity. So especially like gold, silver. I think the later we'll talk about oil a little bit. Gold, silver, and also Bitcoin. Not because of Bitcoin is worth the money. Basically, if nobody want Bitcoin, it's worth nothing. Okay. But Bitcoin is being a scarce asset. That means like they cannot print easily because they have the limited edition. Put it this way. Okay, so that's why Bitcoin will and shall go up eventually higher and higher. Okay, so for now, you may want to be careful a little bit because like I said, it's already at the triple top. So you may want to wait again to buy in my opinion. But overall trend is stay up. Okay, so this on Bitcoin. Okay, let's talk about crude oil. All right, commodity a little bit. Okay, crude oil is a bit sensitive. Okay, one of the reason, all right, okay, one of the reason all the gold and silver going up, everything else going up, then why the crude oil is not going up? Do you want to take a guess? Why the crude oil is not going up? Okay, because one of the reasons is political. Okay, because crude oil, right? uh, it is the base of every economic activities. All right. So that means, you want to produce something, even you want to go out, even the electricity, all more or less driven by all the commodity, like such as like crude oil or natural gas or this kind of stuff. So what is happening here is that the moment, all right, crude oil price go up, yeah, especially crude oil, natural gas, all the so-called burnable or fossil items, what will happen is that all it will have a direct impact on the inflation. Okay, so crude oil, natural gas are the main driver of the inflation. So you know, since they are printing a lot of money and they are also never control the crude oil price on uh, you know, they will be having they will, all the central bank or government will have a travel faster. All right. So by keeping this crude oil and all this thing low, put it this way, they are pressing the inflation low. Do you got my point now? Because crude oil is produced by certain country, correct, right? So they by putting this country in their pocket and forcing them to, releasing or making sure that the crude oil price never go up to the certain level, they can manipulate in such a way from the inflation from going up so high. Do you got my point? All right, so that's the reason why crude oil is not really going up. But while the like Bitcoin cannot control in a way, right? So that's why Bitcoin keep on going up. Even like gold and silver also keep on going up because gold and silver also they don't really contribute directly to the inflation. You got what I mean? But the moment the crude oil, okay, if the government do not control, then this will be a big impact really. So that's why crude oil and especially the all the commodity, like soft commodity, you can call it. That's why they are having a trouble going up higher. So there's a certain force is playing this particular prices. Okay. So anyway, the crude oil also I think overall is bullish. But see how because these guys are highly manipulated products. Okay, you got my point now. I have already explained you that these guys are really direct impact on the inflation, and they don't want inflation to get out of hand. Okay, so to summarize for this week, I'm expecting other currencies such as especially like euro, all right, to weaken against US dollars. Okay, I don't know whether it will happen or not, but this is what I'm seeing. Okay, please consult yourself or consult your financial advice. Okay, this is not a financial advice. This is just the information that I'm doing. All right, I'm looking at potential forex pair against US dollar will weaken, and some pairs such as like US dollar JPY. I think they might go up higher because of the political that I have explained to you. Okay, gold and silver is still pretty much on the bullish trend. Okay, and yeah, Bitcoin is still pretty much on the bullish trend. Okay, all right. So yeah, that's it for today. Any other question? Any other question? And I will come back on live again tomorrow, same time, around Singapore time, 8 o'clock, Myanmar time around 6:30. Right, of course, in Burmese language, for my Burmese trader friend as well. Okay. Any question, guys? Any question? So all the best. Okay. Always do your due diligence and always do the proper money and risk management. Okay. So thank you very much. Yeah, I'm going to prepare for tonight. My US market trading. Okay. So see you guys and yeah, have a great night and have a great week ahead. Okay. Bye bye. Thank you.